Hey guys, this is Josh. Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to Monster Mod Studio. So we reached the end of the year 2025, and I kind of want to just reflect on. We've only been in this for a little bit, so I just wanted to, but I still want to take some time to reflect on kind of everything that we've done, and then how I see everything kind of going into next year. So we just wrapped up last week our third and final vending show for 2025. So obviously, only having done three, it's not a ton, but definitely learned a lot. And we're trying to bridge into the space. That's kind of the goal with vending, is bridge into our local area. So all the shows have been semi-local, less than 2 hour drive for in the Midwest. That's pretty local. So, and then to make our name for ourselves locally, as well as building the brand, building the Monster Moth Studio brand, getting the suppliers established, and mostly the Japanese, Chinese card suppliers, and kind of not building our reputation in the area as somebody who can bring those products to our area, but also then the whole online brand as well. So and I already did all the accounting for the business for the year, so it's basically, it'll be ready to file. And the numbers were crazy to me. That simply, our gross income was over $6,500 in 1 month of selling Pokemon cards, which is crazy. Now that's obviously not net, and that's an important distinction for my non-accounting people. So, but just the fact that we sold over $6,500 in Pokemon card, singles and sealed stuff, it's just wild to me. So obviously the goal now heading off into 2026 is we're going to be working on expanding that. So now what that kind of looks like for us will be obviously doing more vending shows. You can see the big calendar here. It lays out the whole year, and I've just been finding more card shows, which isn't too difficult. Basically, every single weekend there's at least one, if not multiple, just depending on which direction and I want to go, and then just depending on how far I want to drive. So, working on establishing kind of a vending calendar for the year, as well as sourcing new singles. We get not cleaned out, but definitely the binders and our case gets pretty picked over. So finding new stuff to keep that stocked, but really the goal is to build and expand the sealed product. So getting more Japanese sets in, especially the new ones, and then making sure we're keeping stock on stuff we already have. As we've already expanded into the gem packs, the Chinese cards. So, and then looking into what else can we possibly reasonably, let's try and slowly start to expand. Slowly, as I say, we've basically gone from 0 Pokemon sales at the end of November to over $6,500 in Pokemon sales in 1 month. So, but the goal will be, the singles are more of I would say, a stopgap of building the website and building the sealed product branding. So that's really what Monster Moth is about, is bringing those in. And so yeah, just basically building all that up. I can already fill an 8-foot table with the binders, the sealed stuff, and the case. So if we basically expand any more, I'm gonna need to get a second table already, which has never, in vending the art stuff, which I've talked about in the other videos. 6 years of vending art. We run a 10x10 booth, and basically we've never threatened to expand out of a 10-foot by 10-foot booth. So the fact that within a month I'm already threatening to expand past one 8-foot table and going into a second, with simply the amount of stuff that I got, is crazy. So but that's also the goal, right? Is to continue to expand and continue to attract more people, and continue to bring in something or offer something that's, a little outside of all of the scalp stuff from Costco and Target and Sam's Club and stuff, and try and bring something that's a little more, just not that. So that's definitely our goal headed into next year, is to continue all that expansion. So obviously with the new set, the Nihil Zero, or the Menu Keys Zero coming out January 23rd. So like the Mega Zygarde, the Gallade sets. I mean, that'll be pretty exciting. Obviously, I think Mega Dream will ride out pretty hard. I know a lot of people have been opening it at like pretty crazily. There's just singles absolutely everywhere. But with the staggered Ascended Heroes launch, I think that will keep Mega Dream afloat a little bit longer. So at least this is all my, assumption and my limited, knowledge predicting what possibly could happen. But with Ascended Heroes being staggered, like, there's no way that those, booster packs aren't $20 in January when they launched the 2 and 3 pack blisters. There's just no way those aren't $20 a pack. Like, the scalpers haven't left completely, and so at least in my area, I can easily predict when I start going to vending shows at the end of February and the end of January and into February, I can predict to see Ascended Heroes, the 2-pack blisters being $40, the 3-pack blisters being $60, easy. So now when the ETBs drop, I mean, who knows? Again, I can predict in this area that the ETBs people will try. They'll have them and they'll be trying to sell them for, whatever market's at. I think market's right now already at 135 or something like that, and they haven't even launched yet. So I can easily see them trying to, flip for 140. So, I mean, Phantasmal is still in print. I can go to the local LGS and get it for $50, and people are still trying to flip them for $80 to $100 at vending shows. So yeah, I don't think that's going on. It's not going to just cliff. It's not going to. That problem isn't just going to drop off just because everybody's threatened to migrate over to One Piece. Poor One Piece fans. Shout out. But so I think Mega Dream will still have some relevance. Plus, it's a fun set to open. Much like, V-Star Universe, even Shiny Treasure. I know not everyone's into shinies, but it's still fun. It's still fun to get like a hit that's, a little bit more exciting than just another EX. So I think Mega Dream will kind of ride out because of that staggered release of Ascended Heroes. And then we'll see how the Zygarde set goes. I mean, I'm excited for it. We'll definitely do our best to, contact our supplier. I already did. So see like what their allocation looks like, and then what their allocation to me could potentially look like. So, and then of course Ninja Spinner coming out in March. I think that's the one we'll be gearing up like really hard for, because it's just Greninja. I mean, it's not Charizard level of enthusiasm for Greninja, but it's still like, I mean, he's still up there. So definitely excited for that one. And then of course all the corresponding English sets that are coming. And of course we still have the Abyss Eye, which is supposed to be Darkrai. The Storm Emerald is supposed to be Rayquaza. So like those are always huge. Those are always huge sets, and always they're big Pokemon. So, and then that's just the sets. That's not even into the 30th. So definitely excited to see like what 2026 is going to end up bringing. Yeah, man. So that'll be for us, is continue to jump on these new sets, continue to expand, continue to be active in our local Pokemon community, build a local name, and then slowly drive people to the online, and then slowly, again, being on these social medias, talking to everybody here, meeting and seeing all the really cool Pokemon content that is out there, and just continuing to just rip stuff, love Pokemon, love all the new sets, and just continue to have a good time. So, yeah, like I said, I'm excited for 2026. I think I've said it a few times. So yeah, it's definitely where I see everything going, and I definitely appreciate everybody that we've gotten to meet just so far. That's been the most fun too, is just sharing the enthusiasm locally for vending, and then like a little bit online too, sharing the enthusiasm. So yeah, so hopefully some big things coming up for Monster Moth in 2026. So we definitely appreciate it if you'd like, follow, and stick around, see how we progress, and if you want to snag some stuff from our website, we definitely appreciate it. Till the next one.